Hi everyone. So it's Sylvan again from Sylvan's Way, and today I want to do a hashtag. So this hashtag is called Let's Go Shopping Tag, and it was put out by Mystic Man. And from what I understand, one of her people actually requested for her to do this, and then she did, and of course all of us are all jumping on board because it's super fun, and who doesn't want to go shopping? Come on. So it's really fun. A great tag. So let's get started. So first, let's go to the bakery. This is to be a deck that is warm, cozy, and familiar. So at the bakery, I would choose the Tarot of Traditions. And the reason that I chose this deck was because I would say it is the most familiar deck that I have, because I have actually used this deck to learn tarot. I was not a fan of the original Rider-Waite-Smith when it came out, and wanted a deck that was like the Rider-Waite-Smith, that had the same imagery but was prettier. And I love these jewel tones, and so I ended up getting this one to start learning tarot with. Then I actually did Lisa Pepez's video where she goes through learning the tarot training wheels videos. Then she came out with her book, so I used this deck to do those videos with her, and then to actually do her book. So you'll notice that on each one of these cards I have written the keyword on the card. So this deck has gotten a lot of love and a lot of use from me. So it's one of my oldest standing decks, and that I actually have had for a long time. And I've used it multiple times. You could even see where I put old, I wrote other stuff on it and didn't like it, so I cleaned it off, and I did do some damage on the cards, but I don't care. It's my deck. I'm never going to get rid of it. I will always have this deck. So that is my warm, cozy, and familiar deck that would be at the bakery. And oh, I edged it in this red too. I think it just goes really well with it. So that is my first deck. Okay, the next one is we are done with the bakery, and we leave the bakery and we're walking down the road, and the next one we get to is a candy shop. And this is supposed to be a deck that has bright colors, is sweet, and is fun. And I chose the Flower Child Tarot. And the reason is because I was born in the early 70s, and my husband is 1 year older than me, and we love old-fashioned candy. So anything that's like a licorice, anything that so anything from like the 70s. He loves cowtails. So anytime we are someplace and they are selling old-fashioned candy, that we find ourselves there's nothing better than going and digging out a bunch of gumballs from the the gumball dispensary thing, or where you put the little scoop in and you scoop out candy and put in a little plastic bag. Yeah, those are my favorite kind of candy stores. And so I felt like this Flower Child Tarot was perfect for that, because they're kind of muted, but they are bright colors, but it's supposed to be like Flower Child, so the 70s kind of vibe, and which goes with my old-fashioned candy that I love and that my husband loves. So we are definitely suckers for old-fashioned candy, and I just thought this deck was the perfect one for that particular prompt. So that is the candy shop. I'm hoping the candy shop is an old-fashioned candy shop with old-fashioned candy. Okay, so the next prompt is, after we leave the candy shop, right next door is a florist. And this deck is supposed to be a green or an herbal deck, Well, I kind of decided to deviate a little bit because this is a florist, right? So I thought the locking on the secret garden oracle would be a perfect item to get while at the florist shop because, and I'm sure that everyone has already seen all of these cards, but they are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at these backs. I mean, seriously, they're so gorgeous. So we have, first we have the keepers who have all of the flowers and stuff in their hair, but then let's get past them. Oh my gosh, she's just so gorgeous. And then look at these. Oh, this is definitely, oh, I think this is one of my favorite cards. This is definitely a kind of florist I could get behind. And it is pretty green. So it's a green. It's not really herbal, but it's a florist. So I think this would be the perfect deck for that. I mean, it's just absolutely 100% gorgeous. I mean, this right here is one of my favorite kind of art with the black background and then all of these colors on it that just pop. I just love it. So that is the Florist, and I would get the Unlocking the Secret Garden Tarot Oracle. I'm sorry, not tarot, but Secret Garden Oracle. Bloop. Okay. So the next one, after we leave the florist, we are going to go down to the next store, and it is a pet shop. So this is a deck with an animal or nature-based deck. And I have this Joyseeker Tarot, and you won't believe what the Fool card is. It is so stinking cute. Look at this little corgi. I would totally get him from the gift shop. Oh my god, he's so cute. Little pet shop corgi. Yes. Now, there are other animals that probably aren't going to be in the pet shop. Maybe one of those mini cows. Oh, that would be nice. We got some rams and a polar bear, some owls. Aren't they beautiful? They're so lovely. Oh, horse, tiger, wolf. So I thought all these animals, so many different kinds, would be the kind of deck that I would use at the pet shop. I actually really like this devil. I don't think he's scary at all. Tower. Let me show you a couple more because I don't think I've seen this deck out there very often. Look at that. Look at the corgi and the wolves. Now, I think that the creator, she actually has a corgi, so she added the corgi in here on several of the cards, which I think is super sweet. The sun. Isn't this just a lovely little deck? And it is the Joyseeker Tarot. All these little different animals. So that's my pet shop deck. Okay, don't want to go through the whole thing. Okay, so we leave the pet shop and we're going on the way down, and we notice there is an antique shop. So in this antique shop, we have a deck that you've had the most history with, good or bad. And the deck, I would say, other than that, oh my gosh, I forgot, the Tarot of the Traditions, the other deck that I have the most history with is the Crow Tarot. I absolutely adore this deck. And other than the Traditions Tarot that I showed you in the beginning, this is the other deck that I've had the most use with. And I've cut off the borders and I edged it in the blue. And I know that everybody has seen this before, but I love the Crow Tarot and I have such history with it, and it's so meaningful to me. And it's not quite what I would call an antique, but it is one that I've had the most history with. So I'm sure everybody has seen all of these cards before, so I'm not going to flip through a ton of them, but for me, it is the Crow Tarot. Okay, so the next thing down the road, we leave out of the antique shop and we're going down the road and we see an art gallery. So this is the deck with your favorite art style. And I think this is really unfair because I can't say what my favorite art style is. I love so many different kinds of art. Um, I I could just name one after another that I would consider a favorite. So it was really, really hard for me to choose a deck on this prompt. But the more and more I thought about it, the more I realized that one of my favorite types of art recently has been, and it's been a surprise for me, but I've been really, really into the collage style decks. I don't know why, but I have been, every time I see one, I am so attracted to collage style decks. And so this kind of, I think this is a collage style deck on the Magical Hours Tarot. And I really love the artwork on this. So I thought I would choose that one for this prompt. So this is my favorite art style, which for me is any kind of collage. I really like whimsical collage type decks. Yeah, this is definitely collage type. And isn't it gorgeous? I think it's one of the newer decks that are out. Now, I personally have not had a chance to use this deck yet, but I think that a lot of people really do like it. One of the things that is interesting about it is it's based on time during the day. So it actually takes you from early morning with the Fool and takes you throughout the day into the night. So it's very interesting the way that this deck has actually been set up. And it's got that collage style art that I love. And it's got like the old, it's got the new. It's so absolutely stinking gorgeous. So I've been really, really attracted to this type of art recently, or these kinds of decks recently. Like seriously, every time I see one, I'm like, oh, okay, wish list, add to wish list, add to wish list. I absolutely love it. Okay, so that is our art gallery. Now we leave the art gallery and we decide to go next to the hair salon to get some work done. One of the things would be I was going to get my nails done because I was out gardening today and mowing the trail. I'll talk about that some other time, but basically I have a trail through the woods behind me and I actually do mow certain sections of it so that it doesn't get overgrown. And I kind of chipped this nail polish on here when I was doing that. But anyway, so got to go to the hair salon and get my nails done. And so this is a deck that wants you to be your best self, most beautiful. And I think the Dream Song Oracle really fits this prompt. Mostly, let me look at this guide. Like this guide, let me get the cards too. So this guide is super stinking sweet and it is just so uplifting. I mean, the things that it talks about is, she doesn't shine exclusively for the special, the brightly talented, or accomplished. In fact, she shines brightest in the dark. Embrace those hopeful rays. Take a walk in her radiance. Bask in her glow. Have a conversation with her about the untold stories in your soul and wishes waiting to grow wings. Ask her to guide you through the dark night, bringing lumosity to all that is currently unknown, unseen, or uninformed. So I just feel like such positive, uplifting messages are in this guidebook, and I absolutely love it. So this is a great guidebook. It's very positive. I just feel like when I use this deck, that it really is, in a way, rooting for me, Like, hey, Sylvan, you know, you're going to do great. It's okay. I accept you for who you are. All of these kinds of things. Like, and that, but that good friend that like talks to you about things that, you know, might be difficult, but it does it in such a loving, sweet, compassionate way that I really, really enjoy this deck. And so I don't know, it's kind of like when you get your nails done or you're going to get your hair done, you know, you're sometimes your hairstylist becomes your therapist and you start having those conversations with them and talking to them for some weird reason about things that you normally don't talk to people about. And then they listen and they give information and feedback. That's kind of way this deck is. So this is my hair salon, a deck that wants you to be your best self, most beautiful. And that's the Dreaming Song Oracle. Okay, so for our last prompt, after we get our nails done at the hair salon, next we're going to go to the toy shop. And this is a deck you are going to play with, use next. And the next one, again, is another guidebook situation for me. So this deck, I just got in not too long ago, the Walking Meditation Tarot. And I got this because, like I said, I have a trail behind my house. And I was really, really intrigued by this idea that this isn't really a tarot deck. It really is more about walking meditation. And I really want to incorporate that into my life. So it comes with two guidebooks. One is about the tarot aspect, but then this other one is about walking meditation pocketbook. And it's the things that she does to actually do walking meditations. So how she begins every walk, different things like cleanse your body walk, help clear physical pain walk, walk with another soul walk, cord cutting walk. So I'm like really, really intrigued by the way that this particular deck is set up, and I really want to use it. And then on top of that, I mean, look at this beautiful baby blue gilding, and these backs are to friggin' die for. But all these images are just absolutely gorgeous as well. So I really want to incorporate this out when I'm walking my trail out back. Maybe even stop and do some divination or just pull a card from this deck and reflect while I'm out in the forest. So that's why I want to use this deck next. This is the deck I'm going to play with next. So this is my toy shop. So I'm really super excited about it, and I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I just got this in, and I'm looking forward to using this deck. So that was our Let's Go Shopping tag, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I did. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Mystic Man, for putting this out. I really enjoyed finding the decks to go with this prompt. It was fantastic. Until next time, thank you very much. See you later. Bye.